I always wanted to attend a university full of brilliant, intellectual people who could challenge and inspire me to keep growing and pushing my limits. I knew from my first day on Hopkins campus that this was that community, and I could not be more grateful to have studied in such a remarkable environment.
I chose to attend Hopkins because I really enjoyed my Go Hop experience, and I fell in love with the campus.
If I had to say one thing to my first year self, it would be never hold back. Never.
My initial reason was, I want to become a doctor, but then I'm like, no way, I'm not becoming a doctor. That is a really strenuous process, so I switched majors real quick.
I was a high school senior. I really wanted to run in college. That to me was a big thing and something I really wanted to do. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do academically, but I wanted a school that had enough diversity academic-wise, so it was strong in X, strong in Y, strong in Z, so that if I pivoted or whatever happened, I'd be well at home.
If I could go back, I would tell my first year self, don't worry too much about your future. Everything will work out.
I actually lived in AMR 3, Building A. It's stereotypically known as the antisocial dorms, but I would like to think that we are the opposite of that because my freshman year experience was great. I met so many of my friends who I'm still currently very, very close with in my senior year. I look back on my freshman year really fondly.
One of the goals I've accomplished at Hopkins, and arguably the most important one for me, has been finding a way to combine my passion for the arts and creativity. But Hopkins also taught me to explore sciences, and that it's not inaccessible for someone who might not necessarily think in a strictly sciencey way.
2 years ago, we had nationals in Louisville, Kentucky, which was a blast. Like, the course there was super cool. We had raced earlier in the season there, and like some of the best talent in the world was there, and it was just so much fun to fly on down, do nationals, race, everything. And then we ended up getting 5th, which was the best in program history.
My favorite Johns Hopkins tradition is spring fair and lining up the quad.
One of my favorite activities at Johns Hopkins University is eating at the Fresh Food Cafe with friends.
I think the two biggest pieces of advice I would give to new Blue Jays is to try new things, just do something you've never done before.
I would say to really get to know your peers. I know from my 4 years at Hopkins that the friendships that I've made are irreplaceable and I'll keep with me for the rest of my life.
I'm never going to forget my experience at Hopkins. It was an amazing time of self-discovery and exploration, and it has allowed me to figure out where I want to go in life and my career. To me, this diploma signifies all my hard work and perseverance that I've dedicated to my time at Hopkins, and it really means a lot to me.
As a first-generation student, a Hopkins diploma means a lot to my family and me. I've had the privilege to attend such a prestigious university, and I'm very grateful for every opportunity I have had to be surrounded with wonderful minds and explore my passion for learning.
The diploma means to me that I've spent my best 4 years at Hopkins being a Blue Jay. And it also means that I'll be a Blue Jay forever for the rest of my life.
I want to give a special shout out to 2 student organizations at Johns Hopkins that have made my time special. The Vocal Cords a cappella group and the Butter Niblets Improv Comedy group. They provided me with a second family during my 4 years here, and they've really made my time here special. Thank you guys. Love you.
I'm actually already in veterinary school in Australia, and it's just been fantastic. But I really think that Hopkins has prepared me in terms of my work ethic.
In the coming years, I look forward to attending graduate school at the Eastman School of Music as a film composition major.
Don't get me wrong, I have very much enjoyed learning everything here, but something I am definitely looking forward to after graduation is figuring out what to do with all of the time I'm going to have now that I'm not going to have homework.
I just would want my friend, or just everyone, to exercise compassion and kindness wherever they go and whoever they meet.
Do you want to dance?
Please welcome Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Sunil Kumar.
Welcome. I'm honored to serve as Chief Marshal for the Johns Hopkins University 2021 commencement. The ceremony will now come to order. Please stand as University Chaplain Kathy Schnur delivers the invocation, and remain standing for the national anthem sung by Peabody Master's candidate Anis Murillo.
Generous God, we are so very thankful for the class of 2021 and so proud of all they have accomplished. We have experienced the power of curiosity, wonder, exploration, and discovery. In these times, we are especially aware that the paths of our lives are not straight and mystery will always accompany us. We have learned the importance of community, patience, compassion, and connection in ways that we could have never predicted. Remind us that these lessons, while often challenging, are also a blessing. We are so very grateful for all who have given so much to help us get this far. We could not have achieved this milestone alone. May we remember that the world is too dangerous for anything but truth and too small for anything but love. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner it wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now to deliver greetings from the Board of Trustees, Chair Louis J. Forrester.
Graduates, this is a great day, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations on a job well done, and our very best wishes in your lives to come. During commencement, our attention is directed on you, the graduates, but I want to take a moment and turn our attention to the mothers, fathers, and all the others who helped you get where you are today. To all the moms, dads, and families, your appreciation of the great value of a Johns Hopkins education and the unconditional support you have shown all along the way is in no small part responsible for the tremendous achievements of the class of 2021. From move-in day until now, you have done so much. And while it is impossible to ignore that we are not gathered together in person, the class of 2021 thought it was equally impossible to let this moment pass without including you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jeffrey.
Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, you've done a great job. We are so proud of you.
Graduates, please once again stand and join the university's leadership in a special Johns Hopkins tradition, recognizing all of those who helped you get to this moment. Please, a round of applause. Thank you, and please be seated.
Greetings, class of 2021. On behalf of the School of Education, I offer my sincere congratulations to all of you. You have accomplished so much during such a difficult time, and we couldn't be prouder of what you have achieved. The events of the past year have inspired newfound respect for the critical role of education. They also have shown how important teachers, schools, and universities are to our continuing quest to build a just, civil, and equitable society. As you move forward to the next bright light on your horizon, I hope you remember the educators who showed you the way and honor the next generation of activists, explorers, and world changers who will follow you. Again, congratulations and best of luck.
School of Nursing graduates of 2021, when the world was shutting down and so much was uncertain due to COVID, you masked up and got to work. You were courageous, committed, and creative, and cared for patients from the hospital to the community. When finally a light appeared, you organized clinics, educated the public, vaccinated, monitored, and more. You continued your studies in advancing nursing science, practice, health systems, and policy. We could not be prouder of you, class of 2021. Congratulations. Well done.
For the past 14 months, all of us have been consumed with the pandemic, but you have all dealt with this unique situation admirably, rolling with the interruptions and changes that the crisis has brought to your education and to your lives. Today, I want to focus not on COVID, but on this wonderful occasion. I also want to be the first to acknowledge the family and friends who have supported you in innumerable ways during this year and, in fact, throughout your lives. You have played a key role in helping our graduates reach this point, so I want to thank you. Graduates, during your time at Johns Hopkins, you've worked very hard to accomplish your goals. Today, you reach a monumentous milestone. You will now embark on the next chapter of your journey. Your efforts, all those late nights in the laboratory, all those late nights studying have borne fruit today. I want to offer you my profound and heartfelt congratulations. Enjoy your triumph. You deserve it, and good luck.
Now, Johns Hopkins Alumni Association President and Trustee, Anika Penn.
Hello, Johns Hopkins class of 2021. On behalf of the more than 240,000 alumni, welcome to the Johns Hopkins Alumni Association, a world of connections, mentoring, friendship, and lifelong learning. Since you will always be a Johns Hopkins graduate, the Alumni Association will be here for you at every step ahead, and I urge you to take advantage of this important resource. But first, let's take a moment to look back on how you got here today. looks like you had quite the experience. As you begin this next chapter of your lives, we hope you will keep in touch. We look forward to hearing about your future accomplishments. Congratulations again.
Today's commencement marks the close of the 145th academic year at Johns Hopkins University. President Ronald J. Daniels, the university's 14th president, will now address the candidates for degrees. President Daniels.
Wow. Wow, wow. I am just savoring this moment. We are all here together on historic Homewood Field with a spirit of celebration, gratitude, and optimism as we mark the 145th commencement ceremony of the Johns Hopkins University. And so, let us begin. To our alumni and trustees, to our faculty and staff, to our parents, family members, and friends, to our distinguished speaker, Mayor Mike Bloomberg, and most especially to our graduates, welcome to the Johns Hopkins University commencement for the great class of 2021. Well, class of 2021, you did it. You made it to the finish line in circumstances that were more than a tad challenging. In the face of the most devastating international pandemic in more than a century, you kept your moxie, your equilibrium, your focus. And you didn't just muddle through your final year at Hopkins, you soared. You found inventive ways to keep the rich tapestry of campus life alive on and off of Zoom. And you took seriously our shared responsibility for the community's public health. You completed, wait for it, 67,000 COVID saliva tests, requiring 337,000 minutes of your time, and roughly, give or take, 4,563 ounces of your saliva. For the record, Mayor Bloomberg, I know you'd be interested, our experts have determined that this is enough saliva to fill one large bathtub or for someone to take 2 very long showers. You also were among the first to jump on the Blue Jay shuttle to get your vaccinations and to volunteer at the Max Vaccination site here in Baltimore. Thank you, and thank you. We know that for all the ways in which you've stepped up, you also bore the burden of the pandemic's dizzying discombobulation. As governments and public health organizations tried to manage this disease, you were hemmed in and perhaps bewildered by the onslaught of new rules and strictures. As millions were confined to their homes, you were forced to find new ways to maintain meaningful human connections. As the global economy faltered, you worried about family members and friends losing jobs or burning out. And as the virus spread from country to country, you witnessed extraordinary suffering and loss, including among people whom you love. This was a disruption of historic dimensions that left no one, none of us, unscathed. Yet, it was also a historic opportunity. You see, even as we persevered through the day-to-day struggles of the last year plus, the ruptures rent by COVID allowed us, and in some cases forced us, to see in stark relief aspects of ourselves and our world that has been too long ignored or overlooked. The pandemic gave us a rare, perhaps fleeting chance, not only to examine our world anew, but to also think and to act anew. Perhaps because I'm a baby boomer from Canada, I found myself returning to a particular lyric penned by the late Montreal-born poet and songwriter Leonard Cohen. There's a crack. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Cohen was born in 1934. By the time he recorded that line for the first time in 1992, he had absorbed the atrocities of the Holocaust, lived through the terrifying nightmare that was the Cold War, and witnessed the democratic uprisings that led to the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the fall of the Berlin Wall. He had seen for himself the cracks, the fractures, the broken shards of our world, but he had also glimpsed the light and the possibility that these fissures let in. For me, Cohen's words resonate powerfully in this moment. Last year, almost overnight, everything seemed to crack at once, and in turn forced us to see more of that which had been hidden in plain sight. The sudden pivot in March 2020 to remote schooling and work showed us the flaws and the gaps in our nation's education system and technological infrastructure. Precipitous job losses laid bare the holes in our social safety net that leave too many hungry and uncared for. The subversion and distortion of scientific facts within the echo chambers of social media stoked the polarization that has been tearing the fabric of our society for years. And the disparate impact of the pandemic on communities of color, coupled with the murders of George Floyd and so many other Black Americans, as well as rising violence against other historically marginalized groups, reminded us yet again how far we have to go to realize fully Americans' founding commitment to equality and liberty for all. And as these painful cracks were laid bare, we heard also the calls for real ambitious reform. We witnessed the acts of solidarity and compassion. We felt the possibility of enduring change. There is a crack in everything, but that's how the light gets in. We know from experience and from the literature that there are moments in the history of a society or an institution or a life that are so disruptive and so wrenching that they upend everything. All bets are off. Economists and political scientists call such moments critical junctures. And critical junctures represent that rare opportunity for lasting, non-trivial, meaningful change. They are a chance, as Cohen says elsewhere in his song, to ring the bells that still can ring. The cracks we now see in the world we once knew afford us the space, the ability to make decisions, to take actions that we might never have dreamed of otherwise. Whether that's marshaling the strength and the courage to ensure that the stirring promise of this country's founding ideals is made available to every American, or pursuing a particular path or passion or idea in our lives or careers that we could never have imagined in the before times. Something your commencement speaker, Mike Bloomberg, and our honorary degree recipient, Ernie Bates, both know more than a little about. Class of 2021, we cannot wait to see how you will transform the flickers of light before us into a luminous beam of hope. You are our beacons. Lead us towards a better world. Congratulations again on your remarkable achievements in a truly remarkable time. Godspeed.
Each year, at commencement, the university recognizes extraordinary contributions with honorary doctorates.
And yesterday, by Zoom, I had the great privilege of presenting Ernest A. Bates with an honorary degree with several of his friends. As a member of the class of 1958, he pursued his dream of becoming a surgeon by studying biology, and along the way, he forged lifelong and very meaningful friendships. Our dear friend Ernie could not be with us today, but he is watching the live stream now from California, so I'm hoping you will join me in giving him a big Hopkins greeting, and on the count of 3, please say, "Hi, Ernie." So 1, 2, 3, "Hi, Ernie." But, Ernie, I hope you hear this. But Ernie's grandson, Alexander, who is graduating shortly with other members of the class of 2021, is here with us to accept the diploma on behalf of his grandfather this evening. So, let me read the citation of Ernie's diploma. Breaking new ground as one of a handful of African American students at a renowned university in a segregated city in the 1950s was no small feat, something that today we look back on with respect and gratitude. Within days of arriving on campus, you became a unifying presence among your fellow students, opening the doors to those who came behind you. That spirit carried you far in your life of service as an airman, neurosurgeon, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and champion for equitable medical care for those in underserved communities. Ernest A. Bates, for being a pioneering force for change and a champion of equity at Johns Hopkins and beyond. The Johns Hopkins University, your alma mater, is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. And so, I say, Ernie A. Bates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Johns Hopkins University, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, together with all the honors, rights, and privileges appertaining thereto. And I'm presenting this diploma to you via your grandson, with indicating that this honor was conferred on you this evening. And I'm looking forward, Ernie, to being in California with you in the very near future to do this face-to-face. But at this moment, let me give this to you, Alex. And as is tradition during our Zoom session yesterday, Ernie shared, congratulations. Ernie shared a piece of advice with the class of 2021. Please roll.
Well, what I would say to all of them is how fortunate you are to be at Hopkins. It's such an unusual and wonderful institution. It's made me a better person. I've had friendships that have continued over 50 years, and I hope that they have that same experience. It's done well by me, and I'm sure it'll stand you well for the rest of your life like it did for me.
I'm trying to do it quickly. Thanks, Alex. Hopkins and the world are made better by your presence, Ernie. Congratulations to you and the entire Bates family on this well-deserved honor. We look forward to celebrating with you personally and properly very soon. Thank you.
This truly has been an unprecedented year at Johns Hopkins.
For this past year, you, students, faculty, and staff have embodied the Hopkins mission of tirelessly working in the face of COVID-19. We are all so proud of you. And Cameron, I love you. As a mom, I couldn't resist saying that. The trustees of this great institution would like to now take a moment to really recognize the magnitude of what you've accomplished in these times and to also say thank you.
Delivering remarks on behalf of the class of 2021, Senior Class President William Cho.
In recent years, basic facts have been challenged and rebuffed, painfully costing people their dignity, their rights, and over the last year in particular, their lives. Yet in the midst of this turmoil, we as students have been taught to seek the truth, and we now have the chance to leverage our skills and efforts to uphold it as a fundamental virtue. The Hopkins experience has gifted us with not just static knowledge, but the capacity to discover and reveal truths. In an era of disinformation, it falls upon us to respond with scientific wisdom, moral clarity, and a commitment to the truth. Many have chosen to turn a blind eye or even deny facts, while others spoke out, pleading for reason, change, or even just compassion. Whether it be fighting to mitigate COVID or combating injustice, we must endeavor to elevate the truth with an open mind and a critical eye. We have all experienced the academic rigor of Hopkins, but my proudest moments as a Blue Jay have been when we sought truth outside of the classroom, like when we stood for racial equity or demanded accountability for sexual assaults on campus. I have seen firsthand my peers' passion and resolve, and I'm inspired by knowing what we will achieve in the years to come. For all that we have accomplished and all that we will, it is thanks to those who came before us and those who supported us on our journeys, faculty and staff, families and friends, and one another. As we prepare to leave this institution, I simply ask you all to never stop striving for the truth. The Hopkins motto reads, Veritas vos liberabit. Although it translates to the truth will set you free, true freedom comes from the actions we take in the service of truth. That is the challenge that now lies before us. Thank you.
Our class has worked really hard to get to this day and has benefited greatly by being a part of the Johns Hopkins community. There are over 800 students on this field today who, like me, attended Johns Hopkins thanks to the generosity of our JHU alumni. I'd like to ask this group, as well as any student, who spent countless hours studying in the Brody Learning Commons or who took a class in the Public Health Studies Department to please stand and remain standing. I'd also like to ask any student who took a class in the Physics and Astronomy building to please stand and remain standing. Or if you enjoyed a cup of coffee in Gilman's atrium, please stand. And lastly, could any student who today traversed one of these red brick paths across our campus that has been our home away from home these past 4 years, please stand? Every single one of us in this class should be standing right now. On behalf of the class of 2021, I'd like to thank the one individual who made all of this possible and whose impact on this university has been outsized. Our commencement speaker, Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Mike, we are so grateful. Now back to you, William, for the real introduction of our speaker.
At Johns Hopkins, Michael Bloomberg doesn't need an introduction. He isn't only the most generous Hopkins graduate in history, he is the most generous graduate of any school anywhere in history. And it all started the year after he graduated, when he wrote Hopkins a check for $5, which was all he could afford at the time. In the year since, he has been the consummate alum. He has chaired the Board of Trustees. His generosity and leadership led Hopkins to change the name of our School of Hygiene and Public Health to the Bloomberg School of Public Health. and he has donated more than $1.8 billion to financial aid, so students from all backgrounds can make it to and through the school, regardless of their family circumstances. Put simply, Mike Bloomberg has done anything and everything in his power for the school he credits with changing his life. And in the process, he has changed the lives of countless students and faculty members in our community. Outside of Hopkins, his career has also been groundbreaking. Bloomberg is an entrepreneur and 3-term mayor of New York City, whose innovations in government and philanthropy have made him a global leader on public health, education, climate change, and other critical issues facing America and the world. During his time as mayor, life expectancy increased by nearly 3 years, the city's carbon footprint shrunk by 13%, murders were cut in half, and high school graduation rates were up 42%. The founder of Bloomberg LP and Bloomberg Philanthropies, Bloomberg serves as World Health Organization Global Ambassador for Non-Communicable Diseases and Injuries, and the United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for Climate Ambition and Solutions. The gun safety group he helped found, Every Town for Gun Safety, now has more than 6 million supporters and is the largest coalition of Americans fighting for common sense gun laws. His partnership with the Sierra Club has shut down more than 60% of our nation's coal-fired power plants, moving the country toward cleaner, cheaper energy. He is the father of 2 daughters, Emma and Georgina, and has 2 grandchildren. And today, he is our 2021 commencement speaker. With gratitude, I am honored to welcome Michael Bloomberg.
Just thank you, William. And Mike, just before you come up to the podium, I just can't let this moment pass without adding my own deeply heartfelt note of gratitude for all that you do for us. At one level, as William said a moment ago, that you have given more to Johns Hopkins than any other individual to any American university ever is in itself a powerful testament to your love of this institution and devotion to higher education. But what is even more dramatic are the many extraordinary ways in which your investment has shattered boundaries and paved pathways for our students and faculty to realize their loftiest ambitions and dreams. The many undergraduate students who are here tonight and whose Thanksgiving holiday was happily interrupted 2.5 years ago by the news of your unprecedented gift for undergraduate financial aid know very well of what I speak, as do our Bloomberg Distinguished Professors, as do the faculty throughout the university who are supported in so many different ways, in so many different intellectual, clinical, educational endeavors at our university. There is virtually no part of our university that has not been touched, improved, strengthened by your philanthropy. And to add to all that, you will know the great joy that we had just a few weeks ago in which we announced your latest gift, the $150 million to support 100 PhD students in STEM-related fields from our nation's leading historically Black colleges and universities. Under the name of the Vivian Thomas Scholars Initiative. These are extraordinary gifts. And Mike, standing here today, I think back a few years ago when you indulged in a rare and wistful reminiscence of that hot and humid day some 60 years ago when you arrived at Penn Station from Massachusetts as a Hopkins freshman. You shared your sense of awe, your wonder of being at Hopkins, and how the world from that moment on slowly unfurled itself to you. Today, we celebrate that moment and all the many moments since in which you have seized the opportunity to make our university, our nation, our world better. And we do so in full knowledge that because of you, the students who are here tonight and the students for generations to come at Johns Hopkins will be afforded a similar opportunity to make their way in the world with a bounty of a Hopkins education. We're truly blessed. Mike, it's been 11 years since you were last at a commencement. I can't think of a better year to come back to your home at Johns Hopkins at Homewood Field. Mike, please take the podium. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Ron, thank you. You did the one thing that we really depend on university presidents to do, and that is to give us good weather at graduation. So congratulations on that, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank Ernie for everything that he has done for Hopkins and for the world. It's great that he could send his grandson to pick up the degree for him. And William and Tejasvi, thank you, and good evening, everyone. It really is a great day to be a Jade, and it's great to be here at Homewood Field. But I think after the year we've just had, it's great to be anywheres. I thought that was funnier than you did, but that's okay. Seriously, it's always fun to walk around the campus and see all the changes since I graduated back in 1964. And then we have a horn. It's okay. Makes me feel at home. The construction of the new Ralph O'Connor Recreation Center is happening. I just hate it when donors name things after themselves. You know, I was thinking about that earlier today when I stopped into the Bloomberg Center for Physics and Astronomy and the Bloomberg School of Public Health, where I spoke with some of the Bloomberg professors and Bloomberg scholars. Before I begin, I do have a quick announcement to make. Maybe you got an email or two about it. The Science Policy Town Hall has been canceled. But I'm so glad this event wasn't canceled, and I'm excited to be able to say the next 11 words to you in person. Congratulations to the distinguished graduates of the great class of 2021. You did it. And I know it wasn't always easy. You overcame some very tough obstacles to get here, and I know you missed out on a lot too. In a perfect world, you would have been able to enjoy all the great traditions that make life at Hopkins so inspiring, like watching the streakers through the library. You know, they were the original anti-maskers. In a perfect world, you would have been able to take a booze cruise. You would have had a drink in Brody on the last day of classes. You would have gone back to the FFC for one last sterling brunch and gotten the good food for a change. In a perfect world, you would have made it one last spring fair to the chicken on a stick, or maybe it's chicken on stick. I'm staying out of that one. I couldn't figure out what that was all about. But hey, at least you didn't miss out on going to Charmar for a sandwich and having someone yell at you about Jesus. Parents, just ask your graduate about it later. And most importantly, you have experienced a truly historic event. And you'll be able to tell your children and grandchildren about how you survived it. I'm talking, of course, about the cicada apocalypse. We don't have them in New York. You've got them here. It was amazing to listen to the sound. You survived it all, and with a lot of love and support from your parents and families, isn't it great to at least have some of them here with you? So let's give them all a very big round of applause. They deserve it. Now, one of the reasons this past year has been so challenging is that before the pandemic, when we were physically around each other, we fed off each other's energy. That energy was food for the soul. It made us healthier and happier. But since the pandemic began, instead of having that nourishment, we've been on a starvation diet without a lot of binging or empty calories, like the Real Housewives and Selling Sunset. But hopefully over the past year, we've also developed a new approach for the importance of being in each other's presence. We once took that for granted, but I think we now realize that social interaction is truly special. That idea, the importance of togetherness, is what I would like to speak with you about today. because I believe it holds the key to happiness, not only in our personal lives, but in our careers as well. For the past 15 months, we've seen each other mostly on the screens of our computers and phones. If the pandemic had arrived when your parents were your age, that wouldn't have been possible. But in the decade most of you were born, things began to change. That was back in the 1990s, when a big Thursday night meant getting to watch Friends. If actually you had HBO Max, maybe not much more has changed. But think about it. The 90s brought us more than the Rachel haircut, starting when we realized a communications revolution was forever changing the way that we interact with each other. Email, text, chat, video calls, all connecting people as never before. Our company, we introduced a chat function that customers were able to talk to each other. It was one of the first social networks in the world. And in the years that followed, new social media platforms were created, allowing people to share opinions, news, photos, dance moves, and just about anything else, including, of course, the most brazen lies and the most outrageous conspiracy theories. Now, 10 years ago, we used to hear a lot about how social media would bring the world closer together. And in some ways, it really has. But the zeitgeist has changed. And as we have seen here in the US, social media has also helped tear us apart. In fact, it now threatens to obscure something fundamental to the human experience. And that is, and this is what I hope you will take away from my remarks tonight, there is real power in getting people together in person. Leaders throughout history have understood that, whether they have been religious leaders, political leaders, military leaders, civil rights leaders, or business leaders. When we gather in person, whether it's to play or pray, to work or peacefully protest, we gain the power to reach higher, and we live more fully than we could on our own. Over the past year, we've gotten a good look at how digital technology cannot replace physical togetherness. Not when it comes to being with family and friends, not when it comes to being with professors and classmates, not when it comes to attending a party or going to a museum, and not when it comes to interacting with colleagues and coworkers in whatever field you choose to pursue. Whether it's science or medicine, engineering or business, the arts or the military, and incidentally, speaking of those who protect our basic rights to be here and to protest outside like with the horns, to all the members of one of the oldest ROTC programs in the country, let me say thank you for serving our country, to defend our freedoms, and for having the courage to train for the ultimate test when our freedoms are at risk. Now, back in the 1990s, when I had the honor of serving as chair of the board here, management experts told us soon everyone would be telecommunicating and working from home. The office was a dinosaur, slowly going extinct, or so we were told. I didn't believe it, and I even wrote about it in my autobiography. I would quote the passage from a reading of Bloomberg by Bloomberg by Bloomberg, but it might be too much even for me. Today, we're hearing the same thing. Remote working will be the new norm. And for some employers, it may very well be, at least for a while. But I am more convinced than ever before that the most successful organizations and individuals, whether they are public, private, or nonprofit, there will place a premium on face-to-face, in-person interaction. Zoom will never replace the water cooler, because when we gather face-to-face, we come to understand one of life's great truths. Achieving our full potential as individuals can only be done with the help of others. And the more we surround ourselves with people from diverse backgrounds, the more we learn and the more we grow. Whenever I speak to new employees at my company, I tell them, forget the words I and me and replace them with we and us, because no one accomplishes anything by themselves. There's a simple word for that idea: teamwork. And the best and most successful teams, like our lacrosse team, Go Jays, have something intangible that gives them an edge. It's called chemistry. And while there's a lot of technology that makes possible, it can't replace the chemistry that flows from direct human contact, which is what gives rise to the most powerful reactions and combinations. Among the most important elements in those reactions, the element that really drives innovation and problem solving, are the two activities that simply cannot happen online: spontaneous conversation and chance encounters. Of course, over my career, I've seen how we can be at our most productive when we're taking a break. Bumping into someone in the hall might spark a new collaboration. Kibitzing with a colleague over coffee or peanut butter crackers could spur a creative idea. So could getting together and having a beer after work. Like many organizations today, our company, my company, designs all of our workspaces to maximize informal interactions. And that's why we have no walls in the company, why we have no private offices. And to the 8 of you graduates who will soon be joining Bloomberg as full-time employees, I just want to say, please come by and say hello when you're in the building. I'm at my desk every morning at 7 a.m. And if you're one of the kind of people who likes to get in late, say at 7:15, don't worry, I'll be there waiting for you. Now, I wasn't the first person to recognize the importance of random interactions in the workplace. Almost a century ago, creators of the fabled Bell Labs designed a building so that scientists would have to walk down long hallways past many other offices to get to the cafeteria. It was like a people collider, and all of the scientists were instructed to work with their doors open. Out of that environment came inventions that transform life as we know it, including the first satellites, cell phones, and solar panels. Bell Labs was like a mass production line for Nobel Prize winners. And maybe some of the inventions would have occurred without the long hallways and the open doors, but certainly not as early as they did. Because ultimately, innovation and success are driven by group interaction more than individual inspiration. And that is true for whatever profession you choose in your life going ahead. Of course, kibitzing can also occur on Zoom, but the opportunities are more limited. Plus, the randomness of bumping into people disappears. Video calls are fine for exchanging information, but when it comes to building relationships, building partnerships, building teams, and building networks, when it comes to fostering creativity and cooperation and solving problems, there is no substitute for being there and looking people in the eye. If you're not convinced, just think about remote classes versus in-person ones. I think you'll agree, not the same. Or watching a concert online versus in-person, not the same. Or dating remotely versus in-person, definitely not the same. The experiences couldn't be more different because of the chemistry. In each case, when we are physically with others, the experience is more enjoyable, uplifting, and powerful. The energy and inspiration we get from being with other people is what drives the world forward. It's how problems get solved. It's how innovation happens. It's how power is exercised. It's how tyrants are toppled. It's how changes get made. And it's how we can achieve great things in our lives for our communities and for our countries. Now, as you apply for jobs, you or your friends may be hoping for an employer that will let you work from home 5 days a week. But once you begin spending every waking hour with your roommates or your parents, you may change your mind. There is more to career happiness than wearing pajama bottoms all day and remembering to press the mute button when you visit the bathroom. Since you presumably plan to work for a few years to come, I'd suggest you ask yourself whether you really want to stake your future on an organization that doesn't prioritize contact among employees, because it may not be around for very long. And as they say in the New York State Lottery, you gotta be in it to win it. Now that doesn't mean you need, thank you very much. That doesn't mean you need a 10-year plan for your career. When I was in your school, about to be handed a diploma in electrical engineering, it never occurred to me that I would work on Wall Street, start a company and invent a computer, or build a global media business, or serve 3 terms as mayor in New York City, or start a foundation to tackle global problems, including an issue none of us even knew about back then called climate change. I didn't imagine I could do any of that, and I can assure you my professors did not either. But the main reason I've been able to do it is simple. I work closely with so many talented and driven people who open my eyes to new possibilities. They help me do things I never could have done on my own, and they stopped me before I did something stupid. I remember in high school working at a small electronics company where I learned about engineering. My boss recommended I apply to a small college in Baltimore. That worked out pretty well for me, and I guess not bad for JHU as well. After business school, I didn't have a job lined up, so a friend recommended I apply for an entry-level position on Wall Street, even though I had no particular interest in finance. I worked long days and nights for 15 years, right up to the day I was let go, which is a nice way of saying I was being fired. But from the close relationships I made during those years, I was able to hire 3 incredibly talented people and start a company. So yes, it's good to have a career plan that you care about, but it's better to have close colleagues and friends you care about and who care about you, because even the best laid career plans have a ways of changing for the better when you develop strong relationships with people who see you every day and who can help open new worlds to you. Then, when those worlds open, the question is, do you have the courage to seize an opportunity and the drive to work like crazy to make the most of it? I've always believed that being the first one in the morning and the last one out at night is the ways to succeed. I've done that my whole life, because there really is some truth in what Thomas Edison said. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Hard work is one thing in your career entirely within your control. And I can just promise you this: the harder you work, the more fun you'll have and the more success you will enjoy out in the cold, cruel world. Now, I know this is not the easiest time to be graduating from college, whether you're looking for a job or starting graduate school, but it's an exciting time to begin your careers. Workplaces in all fields continue to evolve for the better, and more organizations are designing their spaces to promote interaction and collaboration. I'm glad to see that that is true also for the new Student Center here and the Agora Center as well. The Agora, as you may know, is named for the place in ancient Athens where people gathered for public discussion and debate. Its mission here at Hopkins is to strengthen global democracy through open dialogue and civic engagement. Unfortunately, as we have seen, that dialogue is breaking down across the United States. Partially, I believe, because people are willing to say things to other people online they would never dare to say to their face. For democracy to work, we need to be able to have difficult conversations about politics and religion, voting rights and racial justice, equity in healthcare and education, crime and safety, gender and orientation. And the more we can have those conversations face to face instead of screen to screen, the more constructive and productive they will be, and the more progress we will make. I know how deeply you care about these other issues, and I know many of you have been involved with them, and that gives me a lot of hope for the future. And the reason I've given so much financial support to aid here is not just to benefit you, And it's not also just because I've always dreamed of going on Facebook and seeing Daddy Bloomberg's meme page. I've given those donations to benefit our whole country, because the more diverse we make every field, the better we will be in. And the more work we do together, face to face, the stronger we will be. The 21st century belongs to nations that can harness technology to strengthen team chemistry, instead of being saddled by technology that weakens it. And if we don't lead the way, rest assured, other countries will. And in Asia and other regions, they already are. So as you leave this campus and go out into the world, I hope you will take one big idea with you, because it really could not be more important. And that is simply be present for others in your careers and in your personal lives. Because ultimately, it is only through the power of our relationships that we can fulfill our potential, and that we can build teams capable of creating a society that is more just, more equal, more peaceful, and in the words of our nation's founders, more perfect. But tonight, it's all about being present with your family and friends, maybe at the Unimini for one last order of mozzarella sticks, or maybe the beach, and who knows who's going to stop by. You might even see Ronnie D. Whatever you do, though, tonight and tomorrow and for the rest of your lives, do it like the world may lock down again tomorrow. Do it together, and do it in person. And if you take that to heart, I know you will do amazing things. Congratulations and good luck. Go Jays! Okay.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. To our Carey Business School graduates, you now have a wealth of business knowledge, new skills, and memorable experiences to build for what's next. You've been put to the test and proven more than worthy. What's next is up to you as you enter the next phase of your lives and careers. This phase may seem daunting, but it is nonetheless exciting in its possibilities and promise. You are the very leaders an anxious but hopeful world needs and awaits. I am certain you will match the gifts that you have, the passion and purpose that you already possess, to the good that you can do. I wish each one of you great things wherever you go. Once again, congratulations on your achievement.
On behalf of the faculty of the Paul H. Nissa School of Advanced International Studies, it is my great privilege to congratulate all of you on your graduation today. With over 600 students in more than 62 countries represented in the SAIS graduating class, you truly represent the very best in international affairs and diplomacy, brilliant, dynamic, and diverse. You're well equipped to change the world, and the world certainly needs you now more than ever.
Mr. President, it is my great privilege to present a staunchly committed group of candidates who are ready to unleash the full power of public health and achieve our shared vision of a healthier and more just world for all. They have been certified by the faculty of the Bloomberg School of Public Health for their degrees of Doctor of Public Health, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Science.
And now, Provost Kumar and President Daniels will begin the presentation of the degrees.
As Provost, it is my privilege to present the doctoral and master's candidates on behalf of the deans of their respective schools for the conferral of their degrees. From the School of Education for their degrees of Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy. From the Peabody Conservatory for their degree of Doctor of Musical Arts. From the Nursing School for their degrees of Doctor of Nursing Practice and Doctor of Philosophy. From the Bloomberg School of Public Health for their degrees of Doctor of Public Health, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Science. From the Paul H. Nissa School of Advanced International Studies for their degrees of Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of International Affairs. From the School of Medicine, for the degrees of Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy. From the GWC Whiting School of Engineering, for their degrees of Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Engineering. And from the Zangwill Krieger School of Arts and Sciences, for their degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I also present the master's and certificate candidates from the Carey Business School, master's and certificate candidates from the School of Education, master's, artist diploma, and graduate performance diploma candidates from the Peabody Conservatory, master's candidates from the School of Nursing, the Bloomberg School of Public Health, the Paul H. Nitze School of Advanced International Studies, and the School of Medicine, and master's and certificate candidates from the GWC Whiting School of Engineering and the Zangwill Krieger School of Arts and Sciences. Mr. President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have been certified by the faculty of Johns Hopkins University for their degrees.
Thank you so much, Provost Kumar. And now, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Johns Hopkins University, I confer upon each and every one of you and candidates the doctoral degrees, master's degrees, graduate certificates, artist diplomas, graduate performance diplomas, and certificates of advanced study for which you have been certified by the faculties, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Warmest congratulations.
President Daniels, now to present our bachelor's candidates for their degrees, please welcome Dean Bronstein, Dean Schlesinger, and Dean Celenza.
President Daniels, I present to you today the remarkably talented graduates of the class of 2021 who have pursued their education at an unprecedented moment, are COVID-weary but remain undaunted, and over the last 18 months have found new ways to share their talents through technology and other avenues, ever expanding the boundaries of performance at a time when the world needs what they do to make music more than ever. Accordingly, President Daniels, I'm pleased to present to you candidates who have been certified by the faculty of the Peabody Conservatory for their degree of Bachelor of Music.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. You came to Johns Hopkins because of your drive and talent, and while you were here, you've grown and learned, discovered and pursued new interests, and the knowledge you gained has shaped your understanding of the world and your potential to make a difference. Over the past year, every day has provided a stark illustration of just how badly the world needs you. The pandemic has made abundantly clear that we need individuals who are both creative and analytical problem solvers, whose technical skills are paired with a sense of humanity and an understanding of global context. Coming from Johns Hopkins, a place where you've been encouraged never to shy away from a challenge, where problem solving is approached with originality and fearlessness, and where creating knowledge means creating a more equitable world, you are uniquely prepared to solve today's problems and tomorrow's, and to lead no matter what path you choose. We cannot wait to see what you do. I wish you good health, happiness, and again, congratulations. President Daniels, I am pleased to present to you candidates who have been certified by the faculty of the GWC Whiting School of Engineering for their degrees of Bachelor of Science in an Engineering discipline and Bachelor of Arts in an Engineering discipline.
President Daniels, As Dean of the Krieger School of Arts and Sciences, I am honored to present this year's undergraduate class. This year has been particularly challenging, I know. But when I look out at you, our graduates, I see faces of resilience. If your classes could not meet in person, you engaged in stimulating discussions and hybrid research projects. You stuck together. You are what resilience looks like. Some 4 years ago, you were accepted into Johns Hopkins because we could sense that resilience in you, as well as dedication, drive, courage, and a fierce curiosity about the world around you. Now it's time to take those qualities, along with everything you have learned here, and go out and make the world a better place. Tall order? Of course. Can you handle it? Without a doubt. And so, President Daniels, I am pleased to present to you candidates who have been certified by the faculty of the Zandville Krieger School of Arts and Sciences for their degrees of Bachelor of Science in an Arts or Science discipline and Bachelor of Arts in an Arts or Science discipline. Thank you.
Before I do this final conferral, which I know you've all been waiting for, I have to take a moment to thank your faculty to have Zoomed with you at all hours, advised you, supported you, all while juggling their own pandemic lives. We're deeply grateful to them, as well as for all the deans, administrators, and staff who have worked day and night to bring us through to this moment. And I would be really remiss if I didn't actually identify someone who's been critically important to having pulled off this in-person commencement ceremony tonight, even moving pretty quickly last week when the city gave us permission to allow you to bring relatives and family members, relatives, friends to this event. And that is our Secretary of the Board of Trustees, Maureen Marsh. She's not known to a lot of you, but those of you in student leadership who have worked with Maureen know how magical she is. And I want to ask her to stand up so we can acknowledge her role this evening. Maureen, come on. And Sarah Martin, where is she? Over up in there in the press box. Please acknowledge Sarah as well, please. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Sarah. So, now, the family and friends to the great class of 2021. Without further ado, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Johns Hopkins University, I confer proudly, enthusiastically, upon each and every one of you and candidates unable to be present the degrees of Bachelor of Music from the Peabody Conservatory, Bachelor of Science in an Engineering discipline, and Bachelor of Arts in an Engineering discipline from the GWC Whiting School of Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in an Arts or Science discipline, a Bachelor of Arts in an Arts or Science discipline from the Zandville Krieger School of Arts and Sciences, for which you have been certified by the faculty together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Long story short, you've graduated. Congratulations.
On behalf of the entire Johns Hopkins community, it's my honor to again extend congratulations to all our graduates and their families. Following the gavel bang, concluding today's ceremony, we will recognize our undergraduate candidates. And for those watching from afar, these graduates have decided to make this part celebratory and fun. So please stay with us. First, everyone stand and give another round of applause. The ceremony is now adjourned.
Congratulations, Anya. I love you.
We love you, Morgan.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations on your graduation, Sanju.
Best wishes to you.
Congratulations, Courtney.
We're so proud of you.
Congratulations. We are so proud of you. We love you so much.
Go hot.
Congratulations, Ryan. We are proud of you.
I'm super proud of you. Congratulations.
Hey, Drake. Congratulations.
We're so proud of you, Linda.
Congratulations, Harry.
Congratulations, Danya.
Congratulations, Sarah from Grampy and Grammy.
Congratulations! You did it, Trinity!
Congratulations, graduate.
Félicitations, Matisse.
Congratulations, Evan.
Congratulations, Dominique.
Congratulations.
We're so proud of you, Kunal.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations on all your great work.
We love you.
I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, Balaji, on graduating from biomedical engineering. We are very, very proud of you.
Congratulations, Leah.
We love you, Taryn. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Lyle.
Congratulations, James.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Congratulations. Congratulations. We're so proud of you.
Te queremos mucho.
Un beso. It is really an amazing accomplishment to be graduating from Johns Hopkins.
Congratulations, Dominique. We are so proud of you.
Congratulations, Katie.
Congratulations, Christian.
Congratulations, Darren.
So awesome, Katie. So awesome.
Congratulations on your graduation.
We love you so much.
Congratulations! And now it's time to celebrate you, the class of 2021. Everyone, when you hear your name on the screen, please stand and cheer with your classmates. Smile for all of those watching on the screens from around the world, and from those here, right here on Homewood Field. Congrats.
For the Bachelor of Music in Clarinet.
Jay Schenker.
For the Bachelor of Music in Composition. Jeremy Ernest.
Stephen Wyrick.
Yongdai Yan. For the Bachelor of Music in Computer Music. Alexander Hagopian.
Samuel Hoke.
Yi Chang Liao.
Xiaogang Shang.
For the Bachelor of Music in Double Bass. Benjamin Hamilton.
Sophia Kelsel.
Ian Lyons. For the Bachelor of Music in Flute.
Hannah Silverberg.
Hannah Tesler. For the Bachelor of Music in Guitar.
Jennifer Kim.
Ruben Portillo. For the Bachelor of Music in Horn.
Lily Homa.
For the Bachelor of Music in Oboe. Ellen Gruber. For the Bachelor of Music in Percussion.
Colin Crandall.
Sijiong Piao. For the Bachelor of Music in Piano.
Yamin Chen.
Bo-Tao Fang.
Kelly Her.
Tian Yunan Liu.
Hao Yui Shu.
Lauren Yoon.
Scott Lee.
Joseph Miller.
T. Mutalees. For the Bachelor of Music in Renaissance Lute.
Cole Manel.
For the Bachelor of Music in Saxophone. Robert Brown. For the Bachelor of Music in Viola.
Brian Anderson. William Church.
Hannah Jung. For the Bachelor of Music in Violin.
Yanni Chen. Sheila Esquivel.
I-Ching Fu.
Claire Habison.
Christopher Jasowitz.
Zilly Shah.
Chi-Chun Wang. For the Bachelor of Music in Violoncello.
Yu-Ting Cheng.
Justin Chung.
Esther Cook.
Jorge Jimenez.
Sua Joe.
Mafalda Santos. For the Bachelor of Music in Voice.
Emma Hills.
Yun Kong.
Shal Moore.
Alexis Modica.
Kevin Peyton Cole.
Davine Rim.
Emma Rushlow.
Zoe Wudeman.
Alexandria Zalo.
For the Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Christopher Arena.
Rong Bao.
Lori Baxter.
Wei B.
Banjan Bu.
Anna Burkholder.
Coco Tsai.
Jimena Arevalo.
Anchi Chen.
Brian Chu.
Becky Cohen.
Franklin Collado.
Tuna Choluk.
Connor Delaney.
Yingchi Ding. Jack Gallagher.
Gabriel Gavelber.
Maria Gulino.
Ishan Gupta.
Michael Hammerbleisch.
Irfan Jamil.
Amital Kaplan.
Matthew Kilgariff.
Kirill Krupinin.
Alexander Laubscher.
Mark Levine.
He Lee.
Amy Liang.
Alexis Lopez.
Jonathan Machado.
Andrew Masood.
Riley Mears.
Junghyun Moon.
Ryan Moore.
Sean Park.
Hamilton Sawchuk.
Meg Seti.
Chitong Chi.
John Spanos.
Isaac Sue.
Matthew Taj.
William Wagner.
Anne Wang.
Mian Wang.
Chloe Warren.
Devonta Williams.
Anthony Wu.
John Shing.
Jiaying Yi.
Jiayang Yin.
Andrew Zhang. Palin Zhou. Dana Zhu.
Yulin Zhu. For the Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Rupsa Acharya.
Mihika Adla.
Andres Aguirre.
Kavya Unjur.
Timothy Bedard.
Adrian Bell.
Daniel Borders.
Emily Chang.
Victoria Chen.
Seon Choi.
Tiffany Chu.
Tejasvi Desai.
Jacob Desmond.
Rena Elizabeth.
Richard Ang.
Sanjana Iranki.
Michael Farid.
Tyra Foley.
David Francisco.
Christian Gonzalez.
Vivek Gopalakrishnan.
Labani Hassan.
Shayan Himati.
Alexander Hep.
Zhang Wang.
Yuri Hong.
Robert Huang.
Siyun Wang.
Muna Chiso Iboko. Asef Islam.
Deepun Islam. Afarin Jalil.
Nicole Jore.
Bolaji John.
John.
Suyun Ju.
Sandeep Kambapati.
Gun Kang.
Ami Kapadia.
Jessica Kasamoto.
Yosef Kim.
Alicia Kodabagar.
Joshua Kratchman.
Vani Kumar.
Dylan Kwang.
Stephen Kairanakis.
Michael Lan.
Benjamin Leach.
Jongha Lee.
Madeline Lee.
Stefan Yitong Lee.
Jalu Liang.
Joshua Leo.
Ruby Liu.
Simon Leo.
Angela Liu.
Ronak Mahatme.
Jairam Mandavili.
Silu Men.
Disha Mishra.
Ayan Mitra.
Benjamin Monteagudo.
Jody Mo.
Paroma Mukhopadhyay.
Varun Naga.
Shreya Narayan.
Wally New.
Eugene O.
Adam Osman.
Z. O.
Anisha Palasamudram.
Pranavi Palinti.
Shivani Pandey.
Melina Papadakis.
Gina Park.
Aman Patel.
Tatiana Pereira.
Alan Poe.
Jason John.
Shihab Rahman.
Pranav Reddy.
Nora Rhodes.
Victoria Rose.
Sebastian Salazar.
Morgan Sanchez.
Christopher Shalal.
Shreya Sharma.
Jessica Shen.
David Shee.
Shreya Singh.
Kevin Sample.
Benjamin Strauss.
Ananya Swaminathan.
Tara Tang.
Faye Tang,
Benjamin Treutler,
Sophia Triantis,
Kevin Tu,
Isabel Vanderzee, Ellen Wong,
Maggie Wong, Matthew Wong,
Robert Waxman,
Deborah Weidman,
Casey Weiner,
Aaron Vegan, Alan Shu,
Frederick Chu, Jerry Schwan,
Victoria Yu,
Bill Zhang, Lucia Zhang,
Nicholas Zhang,
Sia Zhang,
Osama Zimli, for the Bachelor of Science in Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering.
Tanir Ahmed, Colin Banks,
Finn Banks, Morgan Benson,
Gil Barabee,
Mark Bordui,
Gabriella Carter,
Nathaniel Charandoff,
Davina Chatterjee,
Michelle Chen,
Albert Cho,
James Clark,
Mia Dunn,
Jalen El Mosley,
Jonah Fasili,
Kyle Fergie,
Sammy Gao,
Armstrong Basaji,
John Gregg,
Neha Gupta,
Ann Gutierrez,
Juan Guzman,
Abdu Kenfak,
Hunter Harrington,
Valeria Hesse,
Samantha Hoffman,
Ellis Hurst,
Ohad Hussein,
Jillian Hutter,
Jessica Intile,
Katie Jackson,
Donghyun Jung,
Daniel Joyce,
Leah Jun,
David Kaminsky,
Samira Kanamuyi,
Ukbum Kim,
Fatima Koroma,
Yunhui Kuo,
Jung-Soo Lee,
Jin Lee,
Amanda Lee, Esther Liu,
Evan Liu, Irene Liu,
Leah Martin,
Nathaniel Martinez,
Emma McElrath,
Zainab Muhammad,
Julian Nahara,
Tim Pan,
John Poulos,
Linda Prosel,
Christian Rajkovic,
Dakota Shanklin,
Jason Suvaliotis,
Andrea Turner,
Michael Rodriguez,
Sarah Tung,
Sunag Udapa,
Cara Valencia,
Daniel Wang,
Jonathan Ward,
Jason Warensky,
Taza White,
Jason Wu,
Terry Shang,
Byung Hyung Yi, Angela Zhu,
for the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Tayushe Aluko,
Yuri Chia, Carson Drew,
Cassandra Factora,
Trevor Hennigan,
Taegi Kim,
Cassidy Manning,
Naomi Meiselman,
Kayla Ostra,
Jonathan Resnick,
Natalia Zukova,
for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Herschel Desai,
Bria DeMello,
Angelo Ferrara,
Drake Foreman,
Patrick Huey,
Vishnu Joshi,
Kiho Kwan,
Xion Lee,
Pengji Lee,
Brian Linton,
Yusra Rahman,
Antara Raisa,
Pedro Rivera,
Ireolua Shabayo,
Sarah Weil, for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science,
Anderson Adan,
Milind Agarwal,
Manan Agarwal,
Tanner Amundsen,
Navin Anukornchaiko,
Eugene Asari,
Nikhil Badam,
Peyton Bauer,
Mia Beloy, Jada Campbell,
Owen Campbell, Alexander Sholo, Guangruri Chen,
Gianda Chen, Caitlin Chu,
William Cho,
Matthew Hudacek,
Daniel Chu,
Stanley Chu,
Jordan Cohen,
Danielle Curry,
Ayush Dalmia,
Connor Dillahunty,
Medina Diane. Gina El Nasser.
Jianying Fuang.
Jared Feingold.
Matthew Figdor.
Brian Fisher.
Maxwell Fleming.
Cameron Franz.
Sadie Garber.
Nuri Ha.
Bryce Halder. William Harrington.
Kevin He.
Alexander Gomez.
Caroline Herner.
Jody Ho. Kevin Hong.
Yi Hong. Will Howe.
Gongqi Huang.
Ryan Hubley.
Nico Ivanov,
Keturah Jones.
Mary Joseph.
Benjamin Cario,
Dixith Kumsahanti.
Zhao Arthur Kawasi de Queiroz Gonçalves. Tori Kelly. Bumjin Kim.
Suyan Kim. Randy Kwong.
Surya Kumar.
Vincent Lee. Jesse Lee.
William Lee. Yuming Lee.
Erlan Lien.
Alex Lim.
Jennifer Lynn.
Jacob Lazarga, Spencer Logia,
Aubin Loher.
Matthew Lombardo.
Minchi Ma.
Ali Malik.
Evan Mays. Dara Moini.
Michael Moore.
Cortland Morse.
Saleh Mustafa.
Hanford Neild.
Catherine Newbold.
Chikadinaka Wosu,
Julian Orlock.
Matthew Ost.
Jack Otterson.
Emra Osgu.
Ishan Pan.
Jared Pengalauzi.
Ellie Park.
Ashay Patel.
Gioe Peng.
Jonathan Prokus.
Daniel Chian.
Madhu Rasmohan.
Devin Ramsden.
Sanjana Rao.
Adam Riyad.
Rachel Rossett. Ravina Sashti.
Bryce Second.
Justin Seck.
Christian Ceramitas.
Shaunak Shah.
Lingxi Shang. Anirudh Sharma.
Udit Sharma.
Amritpal Singh.
Stuart Slocum.
Aidan Smith.
Justin Song.
Kaushik Srinivasan,
Juoya Sun. Pichaya Tanawada Nacharon.
Ryan Tashima.
Kavya Tumker. Jason Wong.
Taryn Wong. Vance Wood.
Christopher Chu.
Richard Shu.
Alice Yang.
David Yang.
Tangju Yang.
Sihao Yin.
Sungho Yu. Stephanie Zhang.
Yifan Zhang. Yihong Zhang.
Kenneth Zhang. For the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering.
Saiful Islam Ahmed.
Robert Avilas.
Tina Gao.
Helena Han. Benjamin Huang.
Russ Huang. Joseph Kern.
Kevin Nodarsa.
Zachary Poole.
Kevin Romero.
Eric Rong.
Regas Simos.
Jane Yi.
Sunghoon Yoon.
Jintan Zhang.
Rebecca Zhao. For the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Mechanics.
Lucas Schneeweiss.
For the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering. Parin Baruri.
Jasmine Blust.
Reed Cager.
Patrick Dye.
Jillian Hessler.
Annabelle Mungan.
Brennan Pitts.
Lindsay Pitts.
Olin Shipstead.
Shijing Tai.
Lydia Wang. For the Bachelor of Science in Materials Science and Engineering.
Benjamin Balfons.
John Bond.
Grant Chen.
Shinyong Feng.
Xingyu Hu.
Siddharth Iyer.
Matthew Lee.
Juan Hino.
Samuel Price,
Christina Romany,
Lily Shelton,
Christian Tessman.
Abigail Wire,
For the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Jesus Barrera,
Caitlin Brandigy,
Julian Brown,
Edgar Camarillo,
Nathaniel Davenport,
Nicholas Demos,
David Ezekwazili,
Brandon Freeman,
Owen Friesen,
Anderson Furlaneto,
Julian Garcia,
Teofil Garnier,
Willa Grinsfelder,
Jordi Gutierrez,
Marcus Houghton,
Valerie Henderson,
Nicholas Hinkie,
Nathan Kalida,
Sam Cameron,
Mohid Khan, Junjin Kim,
Kaibyom Kim, Tiffany Lara,
Alexander Lefebvre,
Miles Liu,
Jonah Lyons,
Alec Milner,
Jonah Offman,
Franz O'Mealy,
Maria Ospina,
Garrett Pitt,
Jared Prothro,
Charlotte Quinn,
Stephen Schmidt,
Marcos Schwartz,
Mark Schiffman,
Ishpreet Singh,
Olivia Skaug,
Rachel Swanstrom,
Etty Mooney,
Annika Torp,
Parker Treadway, Kai Wen Wang,
Yishan Wang,
Brian Wright, for the Bachelor of Arts in Applied Mathematics and Statistics,
Basil Ibrahim,
for the Bachelor of Arts in Computer Science,
Raina Dixit,
Anam Huck, Noah Johnson, Rebecca Lowe,
Elon Madoff,
Haley Sheppel, for the Bachelor of Arts in General Engineering,
Savannah Meeks,
Prem Segal,
for the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Allison Bartel,
Edwina Basilio,
Jeremy Berger,
Tiffany Bowie,
Trent Dilka,
Christina Francis,
Angeli Kashap,
Shayna Morris,
for the Bachelor of Science in Molecular and Cellular Biology,
John Abili,
Ashley Abing,
Oluwashere Abiodun,
Guillermo Almodovar Cruz,
Nicholas Amongero,
Divya Anand,
Simon Oyung,
Ahimsa Aradhya,
Ria Aurora, Edwin Hercules,
Julie Awad,
Kweku Ewa, Jung Bei,
Isabel Baptista,
Daniela Herrera,
Erica Belitsky,
Taylor Belton, Jamie Bennett,
Tanik Bennett,
Michaela Bizignani, Christina Boatwright,
Abby Bowman,
Rebecca Boyle,
Lauren Brewster,
Zan Brink,
Elizabeth Brunke Turner,
Maximiliano Buckner,
Dylan Campbell,
Pedro Castanera,
Adrian Chen, Allison Chen,
Claire Chen, Elizabeth Chang,
Chimeleye Chibututu,
Anna Chu,
Yoon Choi,
Kang Wook Chung,
Min Shik Chung,
Isabella Cook,
Sarah Correas,
Maria Duscom,
Dylan DePriest,
Durya Demerji,
Roosevelt Desronvils,
Jeffrey Ding,
Jared Doan,
Kimberly Dong,
Max Downey,
James Dweck,
Dominique Edwards,
Emma Elias,
Joel Espinoza,
Rebecca Forch,
Valerie Gomez,
Justin Green,
Evan Gross,
Jason Guo, Kuna Gupta, Niyat Habtamariam,
Zhang Wu Han,
Chase Hintelman,
So Jin Hong,
Lindsay Hoyd,
William Shu,
Joy Huang,
Ian Emery,
Jenny Jiang, Carmen Jung,
Sarah Jung, Tejasvi Kakani,
Ariel Keklak, Robert Kim,
Sung-Jun Kim, Meera Krishnan, Anson Lee,
Claudia Lee,
Emily Lee,
Jun So Lee, Sophia Lee,
Jessica Lang, Kiva Lee,
Wendy Lee, Amy Liu,
Sally Liu,
Isaac Lucas,
Caitlin McCall,
Janvi Mahesh,
Neha Majeti,
Akil Mandavali,
Insa Manstat,
Iching Mao, Thomas Mazumder, Moira McCormick,
John Min,
Varun Mishra, Asul Moini, Jonathan Mavsik,
Sarika Mulapudi,
Bailey Murray,
Navina Murugan,
Akul Naik, Noor Nassar,
Farina Nawar,
Pegiita Obeng Nyako,
Ochachuku Oka,
Akram Osman, Cindy Au,
Chase Owens,
Lydia Pack,
Ananya Papu,
Eubin Park, Amy Pearson,
Sanjana Pisari,
Gautam Prabhu,
Bradley Presson,
Keelan Riley,
Catherine Reinka,
Maria Restrepo,
Adrian Retzlaff,
Dario Rodriguez,
Shauna Rosenow,
Isabel Ryan,
Michelle Ryder,
Seema Sajan,
Manuel Sargent,
Cassandra Seifert, Argavan Syed Isugi, Keshav Shah,
Rima Shah,
Anushka Singhal,
Catherine Sue,
Mickey Sloat, Helen Song, Tidy Song,
Rebecca Sosa,
Stone Streeter,
Tati Sue,
Heather Sweeney, Marake Tadesa, Ryan Tang, Diego Tanton, Ashley Teetons,
Anthony Trujillo,
Natasha Vega,
Michael Vidal,
Shifali Vijay,
Jonathan Villar,
Jude Walid,
Aaron Wang, Enya Wong,
Iching Wang,
Gwyneth Wei,
Kathleen Whittington,
Carlia Williams Locks,
Julia Wool,
Jerry Wu,
Ming Wu, Charles Shu,
Emily Shu, Tony Yao,
Tempest Young,
Julia Zhang,
Jeffrey Zhang,
Michelle Zhang,
Eileen Chow,
Tony Zhou, for the Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience, Christopher Aduware,
Eduardo Aguila,
Mame Amoa Dankwa,
Anaka Ashokun,
George Asokumar,
Sandy Awad,
Sung Ho Bei,
Sarah Baghdadi,
Alexandra Balshi,
Kelly Bihari,
Ailsa Bentley,
Danica Berman,
Rashi Bhatt,
Kiara Bowers,
Emery Buckner Wolfson,
Katemini Burra Pachaisri,
Emily Chang,
Liam Cheng,
Yuna Cheong,
Andrew Cho,
Jay Choi,
William Choi, Elma Chowdhury, Stephen Chu,
Allison Chung,
Richa Dahake,
Alexandra Damron,
Brianna Dung,
Naomi Doshi,
Hayden Dukes,
Melissa Ustash,
Stephanie Fasciol,
Christopher Farid,
Lauren Fink,
Anna Florio,
Russa Ferrati,
Taskeen Forkun,
Jessica Gallegos,
Shannon Gavin,
Helena Gebra,
Mia Gonzalez Jordan,
Jacob Griffin, Xiang Yu Gu,
Yanni Gu, Devin Harsh,
Hunter Hill,
Jack Hogan,
Alexis Howe,
Melody Sue,
Sunmayang Huang,
Anne Islam,
Ella Jackert,
Roshni Jha,
Byungju Jin,
Brianna Joseph,
Rachel Joswick.
Grace Kanja.
Amy Kavyuturu.
Jonah Kaziev. Grace Kim.
Julia Kim. Shane Kim.
Juliet Kleitz.
Anish Kosanam.
Matthew Kreinbrink.
Akshay Krieg.
Katerina Kruglikov.
Harry Cooperstein.
Ruo Lai.
Angela Lamari.
Catherine Leckie. Junyao Lee.
Kevin Lee. Alexander Lindsay.
Yanchin Liu.
Nicholas Malloy.
Carl Matisse.
Valentina Matfeld.
Amanda Mayton.
Chantal McPhail.
Corley Mentor Roy. Yifen Mo.
Veronica Montanet.
Alana Montanez.
Leanne Morris. Akash Nadella.
Monish Nadella. Ki Yoon Nam.
Claire Narang.
Anish Nayak.
Michelle Ng Perez.
Stephanie Wen.
Anda Nayati.
Mizuho Obayashi.
Apurva Oja.
Clark Otterson.
Netra Parasuram.
Trisha Parayo.
Dylan Peters.
Carrie Qualter.
Dominic Rich.
Isabel Rios Pulgar.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Emmeline Roth.
Ronald Salazar.
Maha Sarfraz.
Jayu Shao.
Dean Sheehan.
Alexander Sigmund.
Ananya Sivukumar.
Nicholas Sloan.
Noah Smith.
Shaila Somani.
Yulim Song.
Daniel Soto.
Ergi Spiro.
Victoria Stepanyans.
Melissa Suhanik.
Philip Sumardi.
Akanksha Suresh.
Jesse Tan.
Anthony Tang.
Mina Tafilis.
Tegan Thompson.
Xiao Tong.
Yu Young Sai.
Tochi Uchuno.
Vikas Vadapali.
Stephen Wang.
Lawrence Wexler.
Aria Wei.
Timothy West.
Jenny Wu.
Serena Wu.
Qianwen Shu.
Yoko Yamashita.
Jun Yang.
Sangun Yum.
Jesus Zapian.
Nancy Zhang for the Bachelor of Science in Physics.
David Karkamo.
Vedant Chandra.
Gavin Fezenko.
Zubia Hassan.
Jake Hassan.
Benjamin Keller.
Yan Cheng Li.
Evan Petrosky. Sanya Ramchandani. Yuntian Wong.
Raymond Weisbrot.
Turner Woody for the Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology.
Clara Leverins.
Renaa Segal.
Samantha Slack.
Thais Young for the Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology.
Louisa Cross.
Georgia Lamacchia for the Bachelor of Arts in Behavioral Biology.
Catherine Amenta.
Samrawit Bayana.
Anjali Damiano.
Kate Keo.
Ji Hwan Kim.
Lee Kinsler.
Jessica Montoya. Adriana Pereira. Sarah Perret.
Talia Rakin.
Kaylee Roach.
Brooke Stanicki.
Garrett Talbert.
Alexis Trevino.
Paige Upright.
Esmeralda Velasco.
Tiffany Wong.
Edward Yin for the Bachelor of Arts in Biology.
Ashley Becker. Raphael Chang. Eric Crosby.
Isaiah Geraldo.
Melissa Gonzalez.
Nicole Ieska.
Carl Stefan Louis Jacques.
Kalechi Wankwola.
Don Shelby.
Alan Sai
Sydney Venzer.
for the Bachelor of Arts in Biophysics. Brandon Ameglio.
Calvin Barber. Colin Ballou. Bruno Lanza.
Ryan Carney.
Janice Choi.
Asim Dangana.
Michael Diamrian,
Namongo Dortsuren,
Bryce Hendrickson,
Shivani Kumaraisan,
Karsten Langholm,
Matisse Leblanc,
Varun Mahadevan,
Lucas Miranda Martinez,
Christian Moreno,
Adam Nachursky,
Sapan Patel,
Caitlin Perez Stable, Mary Shepard,
Jack Simone,
Brian Sung,
Shalini Vijaykumar,
Matthew Vitti,
Annie Wang,
Kai Yin,
Kevin Yu,
for the Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry. Danya Ashokumar,
Tihitina Aitan Fiso,
Juan Baltazar,
Eric Bao,
Andrew Bell,
Benjamin Bish, Rachel De Armas, Alexander Aramiev,
Nicholas Havia,
Yuzuka Karube,
Nicolette Pember,
Justine Underhill,
Gabriel Ewan, for the Bachelor of Arts in Classics.
Emma Bjork,
Angie Grijalva,
for the Bachelor of Arts in Cognitive Science.
Ayimofe Barro,
Sheridan Cardy,
Ethan Chang,
Layla Connolly,
Elizabeth Daramola,
Anthonia Duru,
Kyla Fair,
Rachel Fortinsky,
Nikita Gupta,
Jong Han,
Subin Han,
Claire Joyce,
Chanhee Koo,
Hyo Wan Koo,
Niall Liu,
Manavi Mungia,
Christopher Reed, Valentino Rivera,
Sydney Sappenfield,
Ellie Taylor,
Savannah Thompson,
Daniela Torres,
Annabelle Wu,
Peter Zhu, for the Bachelor of Arts in Earth and Planetary Sciences.
Cassidy Ball,
Emma Penafiel, for the Bachelor of Arts in East Asian Studies.
Shalina Adams,
Carmen Schaefer,
for the Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Johnny Chow,
Stephanie Chiquiza,
Caleb Choi,
Olivia Civiletti,
Jared Dallas,
Ryan Darby,
Victoria DeCastro, Thomas DeMeo, Red DeSmith,
Scott Detloff,
Kyle DePietro,
Royal Doolittle,
Alana Dew,
Vincent Fallon, Zachary Fernandez,
Robert Fletcher, Jacob Galadari,
Kathleen Gay,
Sophie Giazzi,
Cole Gleichenhaus,
Serena Goldberg,
Christopher Gretsch,
Alexander Guzina,
Min Jung Ha,
Emily Hammond,
Kyle Heaney,
Declan Hines,
Hunter Hopkins,
Eli Shaw,
Joseph Johnson,
Sun Woo Kang,
Macaulay Kilbane,
Se Young Kim,
Marissa Kripalani,
Emma Kurtz-Freilich,
Michelle Lon,
Andrew Lee,
Nicholas Leongas,
Nicholas Lee,
Rachel Liu,
Mark Lopez,
Alejandro McLean,
Michael Maloney, Akash Mandavili, Pablo Martinez Palacios,
John McGregor,
Jalen Menser,
Katarina Misa,
Weston Nurowski,
Chikaneme Oriaha, Brent Peterson,
Timothy Peterson, Adam Piasecki,
Samuel Preciado,
Daniel Rafiq,
Braxton Ransaw,
Haley Wrights, Kyle Roberts, Howard Sr.,
Gabriel Silvera,
Robert Simon,
Teresa Snyder,
Max Steinberg,
Spencer Stewart,
Edward Toffer,
Cecilia Taylor,
Avraham Tsikhanovsky,
Ekaterina Udodova,
Eric Vaz,
Ryan Weed,
Andres White,
Hyunkan Wu,
Rodney Wu,
Cindy Xiong,
Lin Feng Shu,
Luke Yakely,
Finn Zeckman,
for the Bachelor of Arts in English. Axel Bax,
Amelia Isaacs,
Lillian Kim,
John Klein,
Brant Mosser,
Pascal Park,
Matthew Ritchie,
James Teen Dana,
Catherine Wilner,
Jun Yoon,
for the Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Science.
Nihal Rahman,
For the Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies.
Ana Garcia,
Nicola Kim, for the Bachelor of Arts in Film and Media Studies.
Cameron Chenault,
Catherine Gillis,
Hyo Jin Ha,
Kamika Herbst,
Lucas McKinney,
Quinn Maestrich,
Rebecca Penner,
Cameron Ramatula,
Genevieve Thomas,
Charlotte Wood, for the Bachelor of Arts in French.
Nicole Braun,
Harry Cello, for the Bachelor of Arts in Global Environmental Change and Sustainability.
Nina Kraus,
Molly Radwell, for the Bachelor of Arts in History.
Anthony Amangero,
Joshua Bishovsky,
Marjorie Bowerman,
Jeffrey Carano,
Yeji Choi,
Emily Cronin,
Khalid Dorsey,
Shireen Guru,
Brian Kim,
Ethan Mackey, Benjamin Schneider,
Angel Zhao,
for the Bachelor of Arts in History of Art. Laura Kay,
Deborah Kim,
Julianne Schmidt,
Ian Wagoner,
Anna Wu, for the Bachelor of Arts in History of Science, Medicine, and Technology.
William Meisner,
For the Bachelor of Arts in International Studies. Sabrina Abrams,
Dawson Eichholtz,
Aaron Anderson,
Marina Ayuso,
Rebecca Badon,
Gabriella Baghdadi, Juliana Berger, Olivia Brown,
Jillian Buxtell,
Louis Burns,
Jamie Chan,
Ziyi Chen,
Cindy Cho,
Samantha Chun,
Aurora Cordingly,
Claire De Alessio, Sienna Di Matteo, Malika Dia, Mariam Diakite, Maya Fraga,
John Fry,
Elizabeth Goldstone,
Samantha Gould,
Jiachi He,
Christian Helgeson,
William Hill IV, Janet Hong,
Sung Bum Hong, Gabriella Hubner,
Carmela Irato,
Stephen Ireland,
Claire Iverson,
Jordan Jane,
Sarah June, Amaki Caillou, Ava Kelly,
James Lee,
Joshua Lee,
Ashley Lichter,
Yoon Suk Lim,
Sophia Laughlin,
Matthew Lurie,
John Line,
Christopher Madhu,
Zabby McCauley,
Luke McGowan,
Naushil Mehta,
James Morrison,
Olivia Morse,
John Murphy,
Juliana Nicolucci Altman,
James O'Donnell,
Lindsay Ofori,
Katie O,
Cassie Oranzi,
Franz Osiria Rincones, Avery Astro, Kelly Pang,
Jungmin Park,
Lauren Paulette, Elizabeth Raphael, Jared Reinson,
Sabrina Rodriguez,
Caroline Ross,
Ethan Roth,
Beatrice Ruan,
Sophia Ruiz,
Megan Rutkai, Hannah Ryan, Caitlin Sanfelice,
Anna Sargentson,
Timothy Shade,
Sabrina Sussman,
McKinley Taylor,
and Alice Tiha,
Nina Topoff,
Ivy Wong,
Zachary Wheeler,
Wan Lum Wong,
Sung Hyung Woo,
Kevin Wu,
Lee Shu,
Angie Yang,
Ningxing Yang,
Yu Su Yo,
Jessica Zhang,
Bungnung Zhao,
Claire Zhou,
For the Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, Mateo Abascal.
Simone Evangeline Bliss.
Victor de Havenon.
Joe De La Rosa. Jimmy Kim.
Max Luck.
Daniel Parker.
Advika Rajapaksa. For the Bachelor of Arts in Medicine, Science, and the Humanities,
Daniela Asafuaje.
Rachel Avador.
Joseph Baker.
Stephen Che.
Felicia Chang.
Ching Yi Cho.
Maria Contreras.
Michaela Corby.
Eduardo da Costa.
Neola Aiton.
Hannah Garcia.
Claire Gorman.
Morgan Griffin.
Melissa Hines.
Javier Jurado Velez.
Sana Camboj.
Elise Leboff.
Juliana Leota.
Amanda Maldonado.
Michelle Malik.
Adriana Medina.
Sydney Miles.
Mohammed Mumtaz. Sarah Sakal. Yu Jung Shim.
Eniton Tejuosho.
Rohini Verma.
Serena Zampino. For the Bachelor of Arts in Natural Sciences, Elif Sue Chifchi. Michael McAvoy. For the Bachelor of Arts in Natural Sciences area,
Sergio Alvarez.
Alpha Ba.
Keegan Barger.
Christopher Caputo.
Tracy Dutton. Hyun-Woo Lee.
Sanjay Mahadevan.
Julio Ojea Quintana.
Dhaval Patel.
Chanika Plunkett.
William Riquelme. Reagan Stratman Carvalho.
Arvin Venkat. Amberly Vulai. Sophia Zelstra.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy,
Caitlin Burnett.
Colton Fisher.
Shanice Guthrie.
Chang Min Kang.
Smita Mahesh.
Edmund Obang.
Christopher Slama.
Woon Jun Yoon. For the Bachelor of Arts in Physics, Kevin Shao.
Jacob Pollock. Kimberly Robbins.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science,
Isaac Adlerstein.
Miriam Aljabi Lopez.
Catherine Bradham.
Michael Sabalos.
Connor DeSimone. Rianika Datta. Samuel Farah.
Patrick Foley.
Jacob Fox.
Alexander Goldberg.
Sean Jost.
Julia Keem.
John Keogh.
Nicole Kiker.
Meghna Kumar.
Jessica Lauer.
Maggie Linhart.
Bianca Martin.
Samuel Molen.
Trevor Morris.
Kyle Prouty.
William Rapine.
Sarah Rosenberg.
Andre Rush.
James Scharf.
Sam Schottmeyer.
Spencer Shattuck.
Luke Schilling.
Emily Sturman.
David Taylor.
Gabriella Tincher.
George Trujillo.
Joseph White.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology,
Mariah Aquay. Jackson Archer. Cameron Atkinson.
Isabella Vadzovsky.
Jonathan Brown. Lucas Capobianco Hogan. Christine Cho.
Erica Choi.
Alexa Celia.
Emily Cleveland.
Raymond Costa.
Lily Daniels.
Michael Gentry.
Samuel Gold.
Luis Gonzalez.
Shelby Harrison.
Mark Jacoby.
Jean Cockris.
Ritika Komoredi.
Thomas Lotto.
Tali Lesser.
Catherine Lee.
Hayden Loud.
Nicholas Mangano.
Mecca McDonald.
Georgia McFarland.
Trinity McPherson.
Stephanie Masiha.
Elise Moore.
Faith Obi.
Brandon Park. Isabella Rubin.
Madison Sermaz.
Madison Torres.
Sabrina Sai.
Catherine Turner.
Kinsey Tyler.
Valeria Villanueva.
Isabel Wan.
Isabella Sie.
Jacob Yor.
Cecilia Zayas.
for the Bachelor of Arts in Public Health Studies. Nana Mansa Ankra.
Leteme Ashibo.
Javier Avila Hermosillo.
Omar Azme.
Sung Han Bak.
Suvashini Balaji. Hanan Bandak. Alexander Bates.
Sophia B.
Alexandra Burks.
Lyle Anthony Carrera. Blair Chang.
Khalid Chang. Alicia Chen.
Gregory Cherry.
Yumin Chung.
Joyce Chung.
Fabiana Corsi Mendez.
Jeremy Costin.
Benjamin Coughlin.
Nicholas Cruz.
Meghana Dantaluri.
Ian Day.
Rachel DePoncier. Jendai Dickerson. Sabrina Epstein.
Eric Fay.
Anna Fedor. Faith Fifo. Maya Flannery.
Callie Flatus.
Kathleen Garvey.
Margot Gerke.
Stephen Gervaisi.
John Gomez.
Alejandro Gonzalez. Archita Goyal. Brian Gu.
Amy Guo.
Ria Gupta.
Nicole Hada.
Harena Hiley.
Irene Halferty.
Margaret Hanson.
Courtney Harrington.
Isha Hase.
Trevor Hill.
Lucy Hu.
Joyce Huang.
Suwon Jung.
Zainab Jimo.
Grace Joe.
Taylor Johnson.
Jalen Jones. Rithvik Jupity. Ananya Kalahasti.
Uhuru Kamau.
Nathan Katragada.
Anishta Khan. Ellie Kim.
Jake Kim. Divya Kumar.
Benjamin Lauren.
Sojin Lee.
Wei Hao Lee.
Daniel Liao.
Mira Lyon.
Sophia Liu. Liam Mahan Mesa. Rohan Mungal.
Julia Marchician.
Matthew McGuff.
Amani Nelson.
Charlie Nguyen.
Jason Wen.
Malasun Niona.
Daniel O'Brien.
Celeste O'Connor. Caitlin Onmacht. Therese Oshansky.
Riley O'Toole.
Haley Park.
Ruben Park.
Amy Paskowitz. Ariana Peoples. Ruby Ramirez.
Patrick Rao.
Lucas Rodriguez.
Austin Sachs.
Adrian Santana.
Isabella Saria.
Kara Scharf.
Andrea Schmidt.
Yoel Selassie.
Erica Selznick.
Rebecca Shade. Stanislav Sobel.
Keezy Sa.
Jacqueline Tong.
Brian Chen.
Nea Tucker.
Mercedes Trujillo.
Jenica Wang.
Serena Wong. Monica Watat.
Marguerite Webster. Yolanda Weiganon. Morgan Wu.
Tiffany Zhang.
Anna Zhao.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. Bentley Addison.
Lena Burleson.
Nicole Garcia.
Jacob Jacalone.
Beret Hirsch.
Brandon Shore.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Spanish. Elizabeth Knobloch.
Sabrina Rainsbury.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Writing Seminars. Isabel Adler.
Madeline Amanek.
Anthony Bradshaw.
Jesse Cole.
Dominique Dickey.
Christina Fernandez.
Amelia Gothrow Newitt.
Rowan Houlihan.
Gina Kim.
Rudy Malcolm.
Tatum Marshall.
Oliver McCammon.
Leo Nye.
Haley O'Brien.
Chloe Otterson.
Addie Perlman. Ilana Rubin. Kristen Soroyan. Ariella Shua. Grace Takeda.
Omolara Uthman.
Eric Yu.
Graduates, congratulations again. graduates, in any other year, we would have had a senior toast. So while this year is just a little bit different, everyone check under your seat. Sorry, this isn't an Oprah moment. There isn't a car, but there is something for you.
Oh, I wanted to have my Oprah moment. I want to say, you got a car, you got a car, you got a car. Graduates, grab the items under your seats. Hold the white loop in your hand with your paper facing up. Carefully tear a hole in the paper and get ready to throw. President Daniels, count us down.
Okay, everyone stand up, get ready. All right, counting from 3. 3, 2, 1, to the great, great class of 2021.
Thank you for joining us today. Look around you and grab your belongings. Don't forget your program book. Family and friends will want to see it. Recycling bins for your water bottles are available at the exits. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
you.